temperature. Brought to you by your local Honda dealer.
The heat is on, and we are climbing all the way into the lower 90s tomorrow. And with the dew points in the upper 60s, it will be feeling more so like the upper 90s. Then as we go into the weekend, we have a possibility of some isolated showers and storms. I'll have all those details coming up.
Right now on News Channel 6 at 11, a late-night fire displaces a family of 5. What investigators say they believe caused it and what's being done to help them. Also ahead, it is heating up. How you can keep your furry friends safe in the rising temps. And hurricane season is quickly approaching. How the Palmetto State is urging residents to get ready. As your news at 11 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 11.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jenny Montgomery. Thanks so much for joining us. Coverage you can count on begins with a local family losing their home after a fire last night in Richmond County. Augusta Fire and EMA helped the family get connected with the American Red Cross to get assistance. They may also be able to help with resources to help them recover. We spoke with a neighbor who saw the smoke and yelled for the family to get out.
I think the house next door is on fire, and she came out and she said, "It is, let me call 911. And that's when I ran over to the sidewalk of my house and went to calling Mary, named Mary, the house is on fire. And she ran out.
The fire department says the fire was electrical and no injuries were reported. We have some sad news to bring you tonight. Former Augusta Commissioner Bernard Harper has died. Harper was found unresponsive and pronounced dead at the Calmia Apartments in Graniteville. The coroner says no foul play is suspected in his death. He was 73 years old. Right now, we want to turn to the weather and check in with our chief meteorologist, Jenna Petracci.
Well, it's a nice quiet night here in the CSRA. Not a drop of rain, but look what happens when we zoom out and go up towards the upstate near Clemson and Anderson, South Carolina. There's actually a severe thunderstorm warning, and this is just a rogue storm that became very strong. It's producing 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail, so this is a typical late-night pop-up thunderstorm, and this could happen in our area as we go into the weekend. So it's dry everywhere else, but there is that one strong storm, and I'm not expecting it to move into our area, but I'm keeping a close eye on it. Here on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam at Washington Road, things are looking good. Our almanac for Augusta Busch Field shows above average temperatures. We started out at 63, climbed to 89 in the afternoon, and you can see our temperatures are currently in the low to mid 70s, and even Swainsboro at 79, 78 in Louisville, Augusta at 72, and look at Wrightsville still hanging on to the 80-degree mark at the 11 o'clock hour. This is definitely a summer-like night. Dew points in the upper 60s through low 70s, so plenty of moisture around, and that's why those storms are able to develop. But for us here, once again, completely dry, just some high-level clouds moving in, and then you can really see how isolated that storm is. I mean, we're not talking rain anywhere else other than that one cell. Now, tomorrow morning for us, we're still going to be dry, partly cloudy, and temperatures around the 70-degree mark. Looking ahead, you can see a high heat index tomorrow with a high of 93 degrees. A 20% chance of some isolated storms on Saturday, and then a slightly higher rain chance on Sunday. I'll have a look at your futurecast for that coming up, but back to you, Jenny.
All right, thank you so much, Jenna. With the temperatures expected to rise way above normal this weekend, people are thinking about how to keep themselves and their furry friends safe. Hannah McDonald has some ways to do that.
The American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals says to visit the vet to get an early summer checkup and to know the symptoms of overheating in animals. I spoke with a dog owner who has a Labradoodle and says with the heat being very high for this time of year, he will make sure his dog is hydrated at all times and does not overheat.
It's really up to him. If he wants to go outside, we take him out. We go on walks and runs still a little bit. The important thing is that he has a water source nearby. We keep the air conditioner turned down pretty low, and of course providing plenty of water inside too. And then he likes to lay on the hard floor where it's colder.
Another pet owner we spoke with has an American Bulldog and says that one of the first things she learned when she got her dog was that if she is hot, then her dog is hot.
Number one important thing from what I learned from multiple breeders is when dog is over panting, ventilating, you don't want to give them water right away. You need to let their bodies cool down naturally because you can actually have them go into shock. Other things can happen, but hydration's key point, movement, and also letting them rest as well.
Different breeds have different needs, and the ASPCA says animals with flat faces, such as pugs, are more likely to have a heat stroke since they cannot pant as effectively. Carrasquillo says how she keeps her pets hydrated and entertained throughout the day.
Take some cut up watermelon in a little cup, maybe like a couple ounces, fill it with water, put some pieces of watermelon, freeze them, and it's a great snack for any time of the day for them outside or even indoors. I hold the cup for him and he likes to lick it like a pup cup, I guess you could say.
If you notice anything out of the ordinary for your pet, it is recommended to call your vet immediately. In Evans, Hannah McDonald, WJBF, News Channel 6.
The Small Business Administration is extending its loan program for people impacted by Hurricane Helene with a 60-day grace period until the end of June. The SBA says the low-interest economic injury disaster loans will allow people to pay for ordinary expenses, to recover from revenue losses, and to fix up their home for future storms. You can get a loan up to $2 million for up to 30 years. There's an application fee, but there's no prepayment penalty and no payment for the first year. Individuals can apply as well.
We assist renters for up to $100,000 for the interior context of their homes. For homeowners, we assist up to $500,000. They also qualify for an additional 20%, whatever the amount they were approved for mitigation purposes, to be able to be more resilient to a storm in the future. So retaining walls, sub pumps, actually lifting the foundation of the home itself.
You can apply online before June 30th at lending.sba.gov. Hurricane season is fast approaching, and Governor Henry McMaster has declared May Hurricane Preparedness Month. Caroline Yaffa tells us how he is urging South Carolinians to get ready.
Hurricane season is less than 3 weeks away and goes through November 1st in South Carolina. And Governor Henry McMaster is urging the people in the Palmetto State to start preparing now.
Make the best of the time right now while you still have time. And that means taking the opportunity to assess and finalize your long-term storm preparations.
The South Carolina Emergency Management Division's guidebook has all the resources you need to get ready for the season. McMaster walked around several informational stands outside the Emergency Management Division that had additional resources for South Carolinians. McMaster says this hurricane season, every storm that hits the state will be a disaster. But the most important thing will be to save lives.
A disaster does not have to have a loss of life with preparation and understanding of what's happening. We lost 49 people in Hurricane Helene.
SCEMD Director Kim Stenson says they have been in contact with FEMA, and the agency has indicated they will provide services during hurricane season to South Carolina.
There may be some modifications in terms of the funding levels and some of the requirements that we have to go through to actually get the grant, but it's, as far as we know, they're still in existence.
McMaster was asked about Trump's discussions regarding FEMA being pulled back, which would give states the leading role when it comes to disaster relief efforts. McMaster says South Carolina officials have already taken the lead.
That's why our state and how this team has been recognized as the finest in the country.
All officials are urging South Carolinians to know their zone before the hurricane hits, so you can properly prepare your evacuation. In Charleston, I'm Caroline Yaffa.
The group looking at possible changes to Augusta's government hears from those who know it well. 3 former commissioners, Ben Hassan, Moses Todd, and Marion Williams, all going before the Charter Review Committee. The 3 have more than 30 years' experience on the commission and say changes to give the mayor or administrator more powers are not needed.
We've encouraged everyone to keep their mind open. There's a lot of information that should be filtered into these decisions. But I would say to the citizens of Augusta-Richmond County, are you happy with the way things are going? Or is it possible that the structure laid out needs some tightening, some clarity, and some chain of command?
the government, what should stay the same, and what fears they have about the process. Their private answers were given to the UGA School of Government for discussion at the next meeting. The Georgia Department of Transportation and local law enforcement are urging drivers to obey traffic laws. The Richmond County Sheriff's Office has responded to 3 deadly crashes in the last 2 weeks, including the crash on Peach Orchard Road that killed 8-year-old Camden Poole. Data from GDOT shows nearly 100 deadly crashes happened across the CSRA last year alone. Common causes are following too closely and failing to yield. Law enforcement is seeing an increase in drivers not obeying traffic signals.
People do not like slowing down at yellow lights. So when the light turns yellow, that doesn't mean speed up to make it through the intersection. If that happens and more people did that, it will cut down on a lot of our vehicular accidents, and especially will cut down on our fatalities as well.
Law enforcement says it is a critical time to follow the rules on the road as Memorial Day is less than 2 weeks away, marking the start of the 100 deadliest days. Still ahead, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, how a local church is spreading awareness after the forecast.
And the month of May is heating up with temperatures soaring into the low 90s tomorrow. High humidity as well. A slight chance of rain and storms this weekend. But what will happen with our temperatures next week? I'll have a look at the next 10 days coming up.
The reviews are in, and guess what?
And Pathways, let's not feel it.
The Live Viper 6 Skyview Network, sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Welcome back. Let's start out with a live look outside the station. It is a nice, quiet night. This is our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam. Look how warm it is still at this 11 o'clock hour. We're sitting at 72 degrees. Winds are calm. Humidity is high. Dew points are high as well in the upper 60s. And those temperatures sure are high down towards the southwest. 79 in both Wrightsville and Swainsboro. You can see here we have cloud cover across the CSRA, all high-level clouds. Then we have that one rogue storm around Anderson, South Carolina. This is a severe thunderstorm warning for some small hail and some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. But the bulk of the thunderstorm activity is well up towards the Midwest. That's where there's a tornado watch all along that warm front. Overall, pretty quiet conditions down in the southeast. And tomorrow looks good for us, starting out our day at 70 and then climbing into the lower 90s, maybe even some mid-90s possible. I'm not expecting us to reach our record of 96, but we will get up to 93 in Augusta. And you can see here that with the high heat and humidity, there's unfortunately a pretty good chance of heat stress potential, especially for children and elderly. So please stay careful or be careful on Friday and into the weekend. This is the hottest it's been all year long. Now on Friday, we're going to have light winds throughout the majority of the day, but the winds will start to pick up the pace overnight with gusts up to 35 miles per hour, and that will be due to an approaching cold front. So then as we go throughout the day on Saturday, still light breeze up to around 25-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So if you're headed up to the lake, you'll notice the breeze, a high UV index, pretty warm temperatures, but it will be a little bit cooler in the northern half of the CSRA, and more clouds than sunshine on Saturday. But overall, pretty nice day. Here's a look at Friday. We're going to stay dry through Friday night, but then here comes that cold front, bringing us the possibility of some scattered showers and storms on Saturday morning into the afternoon. Saturday night looks dry as of now, but this front will stall out over the area, bringing us a slightly higher rain chance on Sunday. And we'll be watching that very closely for you. But our main focus for now is on Saturday. Looks like we'll see some light rain early on in the morning. A lot of the storms will weaken by the time they get to the CSRA. But just like that storm we're seeing up near Anderson right now, these storms with all the instability and the heat, we have the possibility of seeing those get strong to severe very easily. So we'll be watching that closely for you on Saturday. There is a marginal risk of severe weather for the majority of the CSRA, a very low threat, but we can't rule out some damaging winds and hail. Now you can see tonight our low temperatures will only fall into the upper 60s to low 70s. Our highs tomorrow are going to be in the low 90s across the board, and that 10-day forecast is showing the slight chance of rain Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, dry on Tuesday, then a 40% chance of rain and storms on Wednesday of next week, followed by mostly sunny and slightly cooler weather to end the week. Now back to you, Jenny.
All right, thank you so much. The fourth annual Mental Health and Wellness Fair is coming to Tabernacle Baptist Church this weekend. The goal is to promote the importance of mental health and reduce the stigma of asking for help. The free event begins Saturday. It's at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Tabernacle's Family Life Center on Laney Walker Boulevard. The registration link is on our website, WJBF.com. Still ahead, an ex-girlfriend of hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs is on the stand again today. We'll have a recap of day 3 of the trial after the break. First, though, the winning numbers in tonight's South Carolina Lottery pick 3, 2, 4, 5, and your pick 4 winning numbers tonight: 6, 8, 9, 3, Fireball 7. Coming up in sports, we'll tell you about a local tennis team that's getting ready to try and do something it hasn't done in more than a decade. Sports is next.
Today's students are tomorrow's great thinkers and innovators.
What can this fall teach us about the way things move?
But right now, there's a funding crisis in public schools. Millions of kids go to schools that don't have the books, computers, or other supplies they need just because of where they live. Kids want to succeed, but when schools don't have the right tools, getting there is harder. Donors Choose is a nonprofit that lets you support students and teachers in your community and beyond. You choose which supplies to support. You could provide first graders with pencils and paper, help a music class get a guitar, or you could supply a classroom like this one with a science project. What you're really giving is a moment that sparks a brighter tomorrow. Learn more at DonorsChoose.org. Choose students. Shape the future.
This spring, WJBF and our partners continue to champion local families through our Children First campaign. Together, we hope to strengthen our community by uplifting children across the CSRA. To learn more, visit WJBF.com/Children First. You can't always choose the way, but you can choose your weather app. Go with the most accurate and most trusted Reliant 506 mobile app. Download it today. Now, WJBF sports coverage you can count on.
The Emmanuel County Institute baseball team split their games in the best-of-3 series against Wilcox County in the Final Four, so it was a winner-take-all to head to the Class 1A Division II state championship. Now, we take you to Rochelle, Georgia, a quick 7-hour road trip from Augusta, but I think the entire town of Twin City made the trip to see their Bulldogs picking up with Wilcox County leading 4-0 in the fourth, but not for long. Tough Bonifer gets a hold of one with a name like that. You know he's a player. 2-run shot cuts the lead in half. Dogs are pumped. Check out the celebration. In the sixth, it's Bryson Thompson bringing home another run with an RBI single, and we've got a 1-run ball game. Now, check out this defensive gem in the seventh. Patriots threatening to add to their lead, but Kenyon Thompson, one of the seniors on this team, fires a strike from right field to nail the runner at the plate. Now, unfortunately, ECI was unable to add any more runs while Wilcox County played in a couple of insurance runs. And Wilcox County advances to the state championship series, eliminating ECI by a final of 7-3. The end of the line for a group of seniors that changed the program with their best season in school history, 29 wins. Coach says he couldn't be prouder of his team.
I mean, they have great leadership skills. And, I saw as a freshman, they were great as a freshman. And they took the team basically under their wings as freshmen. And like I said, turn this program around and, get it where it needs to be and pretty much where it is today. It really is.
Now the Bulldogs seniors won 105 games in their 4 years and lost only 39. It's the most successful 4-year run in ECI history. Once again, congratulations to them. Now let's go over to the tennis courts. The Lakeside girls team came away with a thrilling victory against Roswell in the Final Four. The Lakeside girls play Milton now in Atlanta for the state title. The road to state included sweeping the competition in around the 32-16 and the Elite Eight, and then again beating that tough Roswell team in the Final Four. Now it's their second consecutive trip to the state championship match. Lakeside is hoping for their first state championship since 2013, but this time around they want to make sure all their hard work will pay off.
I think all of us have that extra bit of motivation to win since we've been there last time and we know what it's like to compete for the state final. So I think this year we're gonna try even harder.
Feels great. I feel like we really have come a long way as a team, and outside of the season too, we've bonded and been able to do team bonding.
There's definitely nerves. There's to mentally prepare. You just gotta you just gotta stick with your game, stick with what you know, and just know that either way, we did so good just coming to state.
Now, the team plays on either Saturday or Monday. We'll keep you updated. The Augusta men's golf team is fresh off of a fifth-place finish in the Tallahassee Regional. That's good enough to punch their ticket to the NCAA championship for the first time in 8 years. Now, this squad will have a championship send-off on Monday from 4 to 5 p.m. at Forest Hills Golf Club. It's a chance for fans to cheer on the Jags, but they will head out afterward to west to Carlsbad, California for the NCAA championship on May 23rd. That's it for sports. We'll be back after this.
Transform your bathroom with countersink and showers, high-quality, non-porous, seamless Corian showers. Experience the elegance and durability of a solid Bees Heating and Air, celebrating their 80th anniversary. When quality matters, call Buzz Bees, trusted since 1945.
You and me, we're the best of friends, and we'll stay together till the end. For years, Freddie the Forecaster has been a true friend to our community. We're the best of friends. Enter to win your very own Freddie bobblehead today at WJBF.com. Sponsored by Alpha Insurance.
Conquering their fear of doctors with a little help from a teddy bear. More than 155 kindergartners participated in the Teddy Bear Clinic in New Haven, Indiana. Each student received a stethoscope, white lab coat, and a teddy bear patient. They then rotated through stations designed to make healthcare less scary. They learned to apply bandages and to coach their bears through getting shots.
How cute.
Aw, that's definitely very beneficial.
Yes, that is. That's all the time we have for now. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great night.
How we disagree books are ahead only on News Nation. At WJBF's Television Park Productions, our mission is to provide local businesses with top quality video and digital content at an affordable price. With decades of experience, our award-winning creative team will guide you step by step through the creative process, resulting in a successful marketing message for your brand. Over the years, we've helped hundreds of local businesses expand their voice. Visit WJBF.com/creative to find out how we can do the same for you.
Do you have gently used sellable donations you'd like to